Oh, that one makes me feel like I just came into church. We're going to church. Forget the name of the guy that sings that song. No, he burst onto the scene and then disappeared. Forget who he was. But good afternoon. Welcome to the Daily Trudge. Show up a background while we're waiting. These are backgrounds. You'll see why I don't use them. They are very distracting. It just doesn't fit. Here we go. Let's go with this. See what that is. I don't do anything on here to support or not support anything. I don't do any of that. So, in fact, I want to make a challenge. I want to make a challenge that you not say anything mean about anything or anyone today. This chair is very squeaky. I've had it for a while. I mean, it's tore up. Probably need a new one, but I don't. I don't need a new chair. My wife's like, "You're weird. Yeah." It's like, you need a new computer, but you'll hold on to your old chair. I'm like, well, but my computer is not running the way the chair's fine. Close enough to 3 minute mark. Welcome to Daily Trudge. My name is Dion. Good time to bring this up. If you'd like to co-host, come on. If you have a topic, something you'd like to hear. I've been offering for 5.5 years. One person has done it. It's not easy to do. It's not. So when I first started coming on here, it was, woo, it was a mess. But I did it. I did it. A lot of times I would come on and I'd be in PTSD mode. Right? I've done lives where I was standing in front of the emergency, getting ready to go in, and people could see how my anxiety looked. I don't have those days anymore. I've worked through them. I've worked through them, right? Today we're talking about prayer for all seasons, though. Um, did I do that? Please say hello. If not, we're going to do it again. Please say hello. Now, you know what? Some people may not be able to read that, it being in cursive. So, no, don't leave. I was getting ready to say something you really needed to hear. Why is this not hooked up to? Okay, now I got to double check some. It says I'm on there. So, okay. All right. What book are we supposed to be? We're going to be in traditions, but doesn't matter because it's just the Serenity Prayer. This would be the ending of step 12. Let's go do it anyway. All right. 125. I think we were here yesterday too. Imagine that. Very end. These little studies of AA's 12 steps now come to a close. We have been considering so many problems that it may appear that AA consists mainly of wrecking dilemmas and troubleshooting. To a certain extent, this is true. Yeah, it is kind of true. Okay, but you're going to get used to it. There's going to be the promises say that you will intuitively know how to handle situations which used to baffle you. It's that. Okay, it's that right there. We have been talking about problems because we are a problem people who found a way up and out and who wish to share our knowledge of that way with all who can use it. It's where I'm at right now. You know, I just want to share my knowledge with everybody that can use it. So, for it is only by accepting and solving our problems that we can begin to right them with ourselves and with the world about us and with Him who presides over us all. Understanding is the key to right principles and attitudes, and right action is the key to good living. Therefore, the joy of good living is the theme of AA's 12 steps. Good living, a good living. Yeah. And that should come first. What is that? That's your recovery, and it should come first, right? Without it, I'm not going to be of much use to anybody. I won't be of very much use, will I? With each passing day of our lives, may every single one of us sense more deeply the inner meaning of a simple prayer. There's a lot to this prayer. There's so much more to it than just saying it and da, da, da. I'm expecting my sponsee because we usually meet at 2, but I woke up a little late. So just making sure. All right. So I think you guys already know it. So let's start. Let's start at the top. God, grant me. Grant. It's a gift. You're being given a gift. What's in return? What gift are you given? Huh? No, you're not. You don't. There's nothing to give. If it was going to be anything, I'd say trust. Now, I want you to think of this in this situation that God is the parent. Right? And if you have children, if you've been a child, then you understand when your child comes up to you and asks you for something, do you expect something in return before you do it for them? No. And therefore, my higher power is not going to put that expectation in there either. Okay. Have you ever told your children, all you have to do is ask? And I'll do it. You just got to ask. God, grant me the serenity I'm asking to accept the things I cannot change. What a powerful line. What an extremely powerful short line. In the beginning, the courage to accept the things that you cannot change will be everything. It's going to be everything except you. You're the one thing that you can change. You're the one thing you can change. Jimmy, good to see you. Good to see you. Yeah, I'm feeling enlightened today. I don't know what it is. I woke up, everybody's bitching and moaning and being triggered by just what I would consider silly. There's a lot better things that I could work towards that I'm not at the Olympics. There's nothing I can do. My opinion isn't going to change it. Stop dividing. It's what they want. Don't tell me you don't have the power to change other people when I'm sitting here watching them do it to the whole world. All right, let's talk about it. The courage to change the things I can. In the beginning, it's going to be you. You're the only one you can change in the beginning because let's just talk plainly. You don't have anything to offer. I did not have anything to offer in the beginning, okay, except it didn't work out there. That's as far as it went, right? But when you first get into the program, I'm going to tell you something. You're wrong about everything that comes out of your mouth. Everything. And it's going to piss you off. Okay. These are indicators for change. Okay. And it's going to, at first, it's going to be hard to look at. Because you know what? It's a complete fucking mess. It's like walking into your child's room after they've been unattended for a couple hours, right? It's a mess. Where do you start? Start with one little thing. Pick up the clothes. Just the clothes. Nothing else. Just the clothes. May work on a corner. Just work on that corner for 10 minutes. You don't need to do the whole room right now. Okay. And this is where a guide is paramount. Okay. You cannot do this alone, period. It doesn't matter who you are. I don't care who you are. You cannot do it alone. And doing it alone sucks. It does. It sucks. It's lonely. It's miserable. And it's just no fun. You might as well just go ahead and drink, because at least you'll be in a good mood for an hour a day. That's how we work around here. All right. So, the courage to change the things I can't. Grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change. Okay. So, in the beginning, what can you not change? People, places, and things. You can't change them. Sorry, my dyslexia was combining the two. That's all right. It's still the same point. Right. And the wisdom to know the difference. Okay. Now, in the beginning, the wisdom to know the difference isn't tough. You know if it's you or somebody else. Okay. You know if it's you or it's somebody else. Right? What are we doing? What are we doing with the serenity prayer in that first line? We're teaching you something. It's called delayed gratification. The number one skill you're going to need in the program. I start my guys off, and it's the very first thing that we talk about. And I tell them why. Because there's going to be days when you're going to want to drink and you're going to have to be like, no. There's going to be days you want something and you're not going to have it right then and there. You're going to need to understand that things happen in God's time, not your time. That time really is just an aloof thing for us to keep track of shit. That's really all time is. Okay. Okay. Time is not success. Quit counting down your days on the fucking on Facebook. Stop it. A guy he's counting down, and he's a guy that's kind of well known. He's counting down his day to his 40 year. I'm like, dude, no. What are you trying to say? I remove him. I remove him. That's just bragging. That guy could drink within the next 14 days. We're all an arm length away from the next fucking drink. And the cockier you get about it, the closer you are. Cockiness will get you drunk pretty darn fast, man. Actually, that's not always true. That's not always true. Anyway, I'm getting into more than I should be. Okay. And the wisdom to know the difference in the beginning, like I was saying, that's pretty clear cut. Work on you. Well, if somebody did something, that's nice. Okay. You're going to have to learn how to let people be people, period. You're just going to have to let them be people. You're learning trust. Well, I tell you how to work with trust. You can trust that they're human. There you go. You don't need any more than that. If you trust that they're human, then you can trust that you can love them for who they are, right? Yeah. Did you know people make mistakes? Yeah. Allow them. Allow them to make their mistakes, man. Here's a big one. Here's a big one. Let's say somebody's talking and they say something and it doesn't fit, but I knew what they were talking about because I can stay on topic. Do not correct that person. Don't correct them. You're going to want to. I still want to, but I don't. Why? Because it's just manipulation. Oh, I need to correct that. Who the fuck are you? You God? Okay? Don't run up to a door, hold it open for somebody, and expect a thank you. If you're expecting a thank you, fuck off. Don't do it. Do it because you're supposed to do it. If you get a thank you, great. Then you got something added out of it. But you can do things just because you should, because it's the right thing. Yes, I can change. I can change your day. I can change your entire day if you allow me. I can bring a little bit of hope into your life. I do it with people all the time. People call me, Dion, I'm feeling down. All right, let's talk, man. By the time we're done, I'm going to bring some hope into their lives. By the time we're done, they better be smiling, or I ain't done my job. I'm going to have to put this person back on their feet, help them get there, maybe stroke their ego a little bit. That's fine. I know how to do that without being overboard. You think you think encouragement doesn't change a person? You ever had like you looked real nice one day and everybody's like, "Oh man, you look great. You look great. You look great." Then there was that one person that said there was one thing off and it wasn't even a big deal. That's what I think about all day. Tell me I can't change your day. Oh yeah, you bet I can. Yeah. Well, I get my car, go do donuts in your lawn. That'll really piss you off, wouldn't it? Tell me I can't piss you off. Now I might end up in jail. I'm not willing to take the consequences of that action. And there it is. Okay? Because I found a secret in this life. I found a secret. You wanna hear it? You wanna hear it? You ain't gonna get away with nothing. Zero. Zilch. Nada. You ain't gonna get away with nothing. That shit that you did when you were a kid, it will catch up to you. Why do you think we have bombers in the meetings? You bet. This is a repercussion of bullshit I did when I was a kid. I am not going to get away with anything I've done in this life. That includes the good things. We're still on the first line. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change. Now that I've been around the program for a little while, that is different. It is. I can change my community. I can help other people out. Okay. Now I have two choices. I have two choices. I can do this with a good attitude and God's will, or I can try and enforce my own will. Those are my options. Okay. Not very many, just those two. I don't need more than that. I don't need more options. Okay. And if we follow God's will, you'll find, because it throughout the whole book, it says, you can save others when other people can't. You can 12 step them into emotional sobriety. You can do these things. You can. I can. Okay. Next line. I'm probably going to piss some people off next. I'm not meaning to. The courage to change the things I can. There's a lot of things that you can change. Question is, are you willing to? Are you willing to get off your butt and go to the detox and talk to some drunks? What are you willing to do to make sure that AA survives? Because I'm watching a bunch of lazy fucking people. I, I'll watch a meeting cut down days instead of looking for somebody who will chair the meeting. They go for that easier. When I watch groups head for the easier, softer way, man, that one hurts. Yeah. Well, it's what we gotta do. Is it though? Is it? Because I have found that sometimes you gotta ask. Sometimes people want to, but they're afraid to ask. Hey, so and so, would you like to chair the meeting? Well, I don't want to put them on the spot, but shut the fuck up and ask. Shut up and ask. So the courage to change the things that I can, right? I'm helping put a detox up. I'm helping put treatments up, sober livings, halfway houses. Do you see a bunch of people on it now? That's me. That's just me. What is it that you're willing to not necessarily fight for? Okay. But recovery doesn't belong to the government, but gosh, we just handed it right to them, didn't we? In the 90s. Here and in the 2000s. Here you go, government. Just go ahead and take AA and everything else. Yeah, we don't really need our meetings and the detoxes and yeah, shut down our 12-step treatment centers. Please do that and create a waiting time of up to a month. See, the hard part that I have in Colorado is the willingness. And it isn't the willingness of the of what you would call the end user in this case, the client, the sponsee, the newcomer, right? I forgot what I was saying. Willingness. Okay, then I have government entities like Adams County and Aurora Mental Health and RCOs, which stands for Recovery Center Organizations, right? But they are not willing to change. We are 48th in the country, but they are unwilling to change to do it the right way. Okay. That is what I call weak. And that is not the serenity prayer. No. The government does not belong in recovery, period. And I'm getting ready to open up a sober living, and I'm calling it a sober living just so people don't misunderstand what I'm doing, but it ain't a sober living. It's more like a halfway house for homeless alcoholics. I'm not giving the deets because nobody is stealing this. Okay. And I've had people reach out, and yeah, well, I'm going to be very careful. Yeah, I'm not, nobody knows where I'm getting this from because it's, you know, well, I think Amber knows, but heck, Amber, I might be able to use your help. If you could find some time, would be more money though. It would be more money. I'm looking for two more people to help me. It'd be you work 2 days a week. And here's the key: it's 12 step based, little to no clinical, little to no clinical. If they need other services, we'll go outside. They will not be inside. We'll have meetings at the house, 2 or 3 meetings a day. I have jobs for them. Okay. But if I'm working with homeless and what happens? Well, they can't always work. So I have to supplement. And I've got a way to do that. It's about reintegration, right? Then I help them get their driver's license back. I help them get a primary care physician. I help them save up some money and move out. Help them go back to school. Help them get a degree. Okay. But I have jobs for these guys with very good insurance and stuff too. Okay. What is that? And the wisdom to know the difference. Okay. So with this, I'm a recovered alcoholic. The serenity prayer becomes something entirely different. Did I say hi, Amber? If I didn't, yeah, I'm pretty sure I did. Said your name like 5 times already. All right. It becomes different. Okay. There are things in this world. You may not have power or control, which is not what we're really going for anyway. But gosh, if we could make a change to where, the government got out of our business, we would. Okay, let me tell you the difference. Let me tell you the big difference between my sober living and the other sober living. So this sober living, and I'm not putting other sober livings down there for a reason. But okay, they're there to make money. It is it is the individual's job to make sure their shit gets done, including their rent. Not over here. Nope. Everyone is responsible for rent. Every person that lives in that house is responsible for rent. Everyone in that house gets the same food. They don't need to go grocery shopping for themselves. You heard this thing called food pantries? Yeah. They will get, okay, I'm not going to need to go get coffee. I will go to Boyer's Coffee and I say, you will give me the coffee. Okay. You can't do that. I can. I used to work there. I worked there for years. Bill Boyer died with over 50 years of sobriety. I helped move his house twice. They owe me. And they'll do it too. They'll do it. How do I know? Because they did it for us in the Phoenix concept. And if they say, well, we're giving it to over here, I'll just say, now you're going to give it to me because that's not good anymore. See, there's ways to be able to do all of this. So here's my challenge today. Don't put anybody down. Leave everybody alone. It's one of those days where if you can't say anything nice, don't say anything at all, right? Mama's rule. Okay. I'm going to tell you now, I'm tired of hearing about the fucking Olympics. I'm just tired of hearing about it now. And people's arguing. The power of this prayer is overwhelming in that its simple beauty parallels the AA fellowship. There are times when I get stuck while reciting it, but if I examine the section which is troubling me, I find the answer to my problem. Well, it's pretty straightforward. The first time this happened, I was scared. And that makes sense. When you do something new, it's a little scary. But now I use it as a valuable tool. By accepting life as it is, I gain serenity. By taking action, I gain courage. And I thank God for the ability to distinguish between those situations I can work on and those I must turn over. All that I have now is a gift from God, my life, my usefulness, my contentment, and this program. The serenity enables me to continue walking forward. Alcoholics Anonymous is the easier, softer way. Out. That's an opinion. That's an opinion. Because I don't always think that. But then I think back and how hard it was to be an alcoholic, and I'm like, yeah, it is. But then I'll go through something hard sober and be like, no, it isn't. But maybe it's just what it is. So, and that's the easier, softer way. I'll really go for the easier, softer way. That's not, if I get a choice, I'm going to take the harder road because I'm going to learn more from that road. That's what I was always taught. So, all righty, son. Thank you, everybody, for being here. Jimmy, it was good to see you. Amber, as always, I love you. Peace out. And